Men of Reddit, what's something women obsess over because they think you like it or they're trying to impress you but you really couldn't care less about? How their midsection looks during sex. I've known a couple of girls who try to cover up their belly love handles when it comes time to get down, either by keeping their top on or hugging themselves. The truth is, if you've gotten that far, the guy more than likely doesn't care about the tiny bit of cushion you got there. He probably likes it. Edit. Thanks for the cool summer award, kind stranger. Acting dumb to look cute. We just see it as dumb. I have a girl and a guy friend and the girl purposely does this all the time, despite everyone knowing that she is by no means dumb. Funny thing is, she's had a crush on my guy friend for years but still ends up attracting new guys all the time because she is trying to make him jealous. I guess the dude just doesn't really care about what she does, so it's kind of awkward and hilarious at the same time. Lips. F-king collagen. Botox. Or whatever injections chasing some fake inner tube inflated dream when really they look grotesque. Thin lips look good. Big lips look good. Lips in general look good. But turgid O-rings is a shitty look on everyone and it confounds me that people do it to themselves. I agree. Leave your F-king lips alone. I used to fly small, single engine planes a lot. I took a girl with me once and she was self-conscious about her glasses and didn't wear them and subsequently couldn't see anything past the instrument panel, and it was a beautiful fall day and I flew over Letchworth State Park and shit. I knew she had Coke bottle glasses and I was still super interested in her. I lost interest because she was too self-conscious to get something out of a thing I loved and wanted to share with her. I'm a woman but I think cellulite is a winner here. One of my boyfriends didn't even know what it was. I showed him pictures but the only thing he saw was ass. A true scholar. He passed the vibe check. Goes both ways, but don't try to be more cultured or sophisticated than you really are. I had a girl speak the shittiest French to me while we were having sex. Almost lost my erection from the confusion. Almost. When they think not saying they are into me is a sign of interest. I'm a dumbers man. With no time to keep reading people. If you decline, ignore me and other stuff. I just don't care. Had 3 girls once tell me why I didn't write anymore. Or went harder. And simple isn't worth it. Especially if you wanna do that in a relationship. Edit. Damn, this kinda blew up. But I enjoy listening to your stories. And see, it isn't even girls doing it. In the end, while you don't need to be an open book, at least be honest. Just looking good or I looked ugly to go and there is F-king dumb. It's a Walmart, you don't have to look like a Hollywood wedding. It's funny because I've dated guys on both extremes of this spectrum. One would be like, aren't you going to do your hair or you're really going to wear that? He always made me so insecure. Another guy I dated was always like, why are you bothering to put makeup on, or why not just go in sweats? He was a saint. It's nice if you sit down and watch the football with me. But if you're doing it just to impress me with fake interest, I would rather you be genuine and do your own thing and join me after. Does it count if I don't care about football? But I'm excited to make snacks and mix drinks for the people coming over. Therefore I love football IA. Acting stupid and a save me syndrome. Huge turn off. Fake eyelashes. They look like a cheap spider Halloween decoration is stuck to your eyelids. Bad ones do. Good ones can be indistinguishable from natural ones. Eyebrows. They get too much attention. But that's not all eyebrows. First of all, as a female, I agree with the brow statement. When I was in my first year of college I had overgrown bushy natural brows. I was self-conscious. But guys didn't care at all. LMAO. Also nice pun. I don't notice the shoes. Maybe I notice how they posture you. But I certainly don't notice designs or brands. Same with handbags, purses. But I do think the utilitarian about to go on an adventure ones are kind of cool. I've been told that those are status things intended to be seen by other women. Though, I went on a date with a guy once who told me of a previous first date he had been on. Apparently he showed up at her door took one look at her shoes, and ended the date. I'm sorry, but life is too short to spend it with someone who wears boring shoes. I never have understood why he thought that was a good story to tell. Tits. We like them small, medium or large. Yes, some men are fixated on big boobs, but I feel like most men just like tits. It's like going into a bar and asking for a Jack and Coke. They say we only have Pepsi, to which I say okay, that will be fine. You're gonna get a different answer depending on who you ask, but I for one adore really tall women, especially if they're taller than me. I'm kind of creeped out by women who are taller than me. Perhaps BC I'm 6 feet 4 inches and seeing a woman taller than me is exceptionally rare. I would say all the makeup, nails and beauty stuff, but I've realized that they just do it for themselves, so fair play to them. Thank you for saying this. The majority of these comments on here are just referencing things women do for fun or for themselves that men think are for them. I'm certainly not suggesting that people don't sometimes act foolish to make someone else like them, but a lot of these responses just have me rolling my eyes. Men in general, trying to like our hobbies. Girls don't have to like our hobbies. People can like different things and be happy together. We don't have to like everything together, lol. Me personally, oral sex. Oral is fun and all, but I've never orgasmed from oral. I've had multiple girls say they'll make me CM and none have. Oral is fun and all, but I'd rather go down on a girl than receive. That's just me. Most guys would call me crazy, and that's why I said it was specific to me. I'm a girl, but my friends do this, constantly being late and thinking that it makes them cute somehow. The size of their butts. My wife always says she's tired of her ass and that it is too big. She is on a diet to lose weight anyhow. Good for her and all her own choice. But I love her ass no matter the size, but I cannot convince her that it is a great ass. I don't care. I'm 34 and all she has to do is kiss me and touch me anywhere near my groin and I go hard in seconds. Ladies, if a man is really in love with you, he does not care about the wrapping paper on the gift. Much like boobs, the best ass is the one you can touch. Trying to act sassy and stuff like that. Not only do most men not like it, but they really dislike it too. It makes them feel like they're raising a spoiled kid, not being with an equal partner. The women I know don't act sassy. They are in fact sassy. That's their personality. I would think that some men like it. Some men are also quick with the comebacks. You gotta have a partner who can keep up. I must be weird, but I think a little bit of acne braces glasses are cute. Imperfections make it look more human, not like some weird mannequin. Not sure if they all do this, but certainly the ones I have encountered seem to place weird value on landscaping. Deadass if we are HRNY, I promise you no matter how much is going on down there we'll be up in their balls out like Viridian Forest. Those effects that they add to their pictures or videos, like hearts added to make themselves seem more cute. Instantly walk away. I absolutely agree. I understand why people want to use filters sometimes, but I've come across so many people on Tinder who have a filter on every picture. It's like using makeup to hide who you are, but worse. The whole playful but hard to get act. A lot of guys are into it, but I personally, that's a huge turn off. I can't read mixed signals. Anything mixed I read as a no. And quite frankly I don't have the time or the patience to figure out someone who's probably not even interested in me. No wonder I'm single. I think this is so stupid. So many people say you need to play hard to get, and I don't understand it. Like, if I like you I'm just gonna let you know. First, talking to someone you're interested in is difficult enough. I don't need to add any more confusion into the mix to make it seem like I don't like you when I actually do. Whoever made that seem like a good idea? Haha. When they think smoking is cool, it's not. Personally I don't care if a girl smokes. I used to smoke so it doesn't bother me. It bothers me if she doesn't throw her butt away. I'm a woman, but I'd like to say something on this. After years of, honey, can you open this jar? Me acting like I was the weakest sex. We divorced. And you know what? I could no longer open the freaking jars. Talk about mad. Stroked his ego so much that I robbed myself of pickles that first stint of our separation. Gals, open your own jars. I beg of you. Lol. Take this both figuratively and literally. My partner and I were watching telly and there was a commercial for Dove deodorant. He looked over and told me that he'd never thought about my armpits. It was very romantic. Somewhat related to the question. My ex used to think that women shaving our armpits was some sort of terrible patriarchal imposition we all secretly hated. He looked extremely relieved when I said that I shave not because I feel obligated to, but just because I dislike having hairy armpits. I guess it's good to know that he wouldn't have cared if I didn't. These responses from guys saying women should be more natural. I'm okay. But men are more likely to approach a woman who is dressed up. Hair, makeup, nails, jewelry than one who isn't. Edit. Sorry. Didn't mean to offend anyone, I was making a casual comment on a general observation. It seems most guys on Reddit prefer women with little to no makeup. It's been interesting reading responses. For any women reading this, stop trying to outdrink me any man you're into. Unless you're bigger than him, which isn't particularly common, you're just gonna throw up over his shoes. Source. Have new shoes. Buying you tons of weird cheeses. Like I cannot fit any more cheese in my home, please stop. Cheese is exciting at first but there is such a thing as too much. Edit. I was unaware this is unusual. All the women I've dated have always bought me cheese and now I'm wondering if it's something I'm doing. Tons of things men assume women do to impress them and not just because they like looking cute. Okay, here's what I've always been confused about. On the internet you see loads of women complaining about how unfair it is that they have to do so much maintenance because male standards are too high. But when you talk about the maintenance, there are loads of women who say they do it for them and it has nothing to do with men. And then there are women who use both interchangeably. How can they both be true? I once had a female roommate tell me that men loved it when she acted all helpless around them, as it made them feel like protectors or some such. When she demonstrated, at my request, I shuddered in disgust. Maybe some men like it, but I understood that day that I really like independent women who don't need me. Makes it clear that they're with me because they want to. The cosmetics are fine, because I know it can give a woman a confidence boost. But I could take it or leave it. Now if there is no personality, or they are inconsiderate or racist, it's over. I always ask myself how it must feel for a racist guy to find out his date is racist too. If a woman is interested in something men are, it's cool, but I couldn't care less if you do MX. It's cool that you do it, but don't think I love you because of it. See, a lot of girls fall for this trap. I call these types of women chameleons. They try to blend themselves into whatever their man likes. It's 2020. Ladies, live for yourself. Don't let men dictate what is good or bad, or other women for that matter. Their nails or jewelry. I never noticed that shitty to begin with. Women don't do these things for men. Acting overly cutesy, just act like your normal self. If you try too hard to be cute, you look exactly that. Like you're trying too hard. Just let your natural self flow and a couple guys will probably like you. I've known this girl try to act way too much like a cute anime girl. And it was so obvious she was copying the anime she watched to be cute. It was almost painful to watch. When girls lie about their height to seem shorter, like in 6'4", IDC if you're 4'11" or 5'9", you're short to me either way. As a short female, this makes me crack up. The opposite is true too. When guys try to make themselves seem taller or talk up their height, I'm just baffled, since anyone above 5'2" already has a height advantage over me. Boob size. Yes. Men are biologically inclined to notice women with bigger boobs. But that's not our only criteria. Honestly, boobs are fun during sex, but small boobs are not a deal breaker. A small penis turning off shows I don't like when she is watching them. I tell her I am gonna read while she watches it, so I don't care. Please don't do lips augmentation. In 9,999% of cases girls look worse after, and we couldn't care less. This thread is full of men assuming everything a woman does is meant for their attention. Coming from a guy whose preferred type is naturally pale redheads. Anything to do with tanning or makeup. Trying to change the complexion of your skin. Like why? Edit. For all you pale redhead beautiful women. Embrace it. You're all gorgeous. PMs may encourage marriage proposals. So PM at your own risk. You're all perfect the way you are. Married dude here. My wife makes a big deal about apologizing for having hairy legs. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. But she definitely thinks it does. I'm very surprised I didn't see this higher up in the comments. If it is for her, then shave away. But I imagine it is incredibly tedious. I cannot even fathom how much time it would take to shave my legs. No man cares about your eyebrows unless they're joined together or you shave them off. Filling your eyebrows into a half-inch thick square of makeup is only appealing to other women. Tan lines. Majority of my female friends obsess over tan lines and get super self-conscious over them. But if I'm being honest, I think most guys can agree that we do not care if you have a beach bod tan or a farmer's tan. As long as your skin doesn't look like you spent the last decade in a dark room, you're probably fine. Tan lines are hot as fuck. But yeah, it really doesn't matter. Also, you don't need a tan. Fair skin is plenty sexy too. Describing themselves as a mess, train wreck, etc. Sometimes it's actually true, which is okay. But a lot of times it's not, and them wanting to be seen that way is really puzzling. The woman I have a huge crush on right now owns her own successful business and is extremely independent, and that is so sexy. Everyone has their issues, but damn. I want a partner, not a project. Someone I admire and am impressed by. Sign me up. Eyebrows. I probably wouldn't even notice if you waxed them off completely. You say this. Except a guy I rejected on Tinder after an awful first date told me that I needed to do something about my eyebrows. I always felt that they were quite generic eyebrows, lol. A lot of women are very self-conscious about their vaginal smell. Some try to douse themselves in rose fragrance or some other unhealthy crap. As a guy who loves eating pussy, if you're healthy, not on your period, and you bathe daily, you got nothing to worry about. We know PSSY doesn't smell like flowers. It smells like pussy. And we love it. I don't know a single guy who is concerned about the taste of his own semen. If we eat pineapple is because we want a BL job from you. Not because we are concerned or ashamed about our taste. Obsession with having a flat tummy. Most men couldn't care less if you have a little fat there, and some are fine with even more. Boob size and lip size shape. I've seen women after surgery and looking a lot less attractive. No real men would care about these things so much that they wouldn't date you based on those criteria. Fuck the lashes. FCK the nails. FCK the makeup. Most dudes will see right past it and barely even notice it. I like a girl without makeup better 99% of the time. Women find this hard to believe because in most, if not all cases, men would prefer makeup on women. Makeup that's not too obvious, of course. Do you really see past it? Past the BB cream and light mascara and that subtle nose contour? Not a man. But my boyfriend told me men don't notice women's jewelry. I love jewelry. I don't wear expensive jewelry but have lots of interesting, unusual earrings. I get compliments from lots of women and I love them. But I can see how guys just shrug. Sports. I'm a big nerd myself and know pretty much nothing about any sport. But for whatever reason women who really try to, I guess, relate to me immediately default to talking about sports. I always appreciate their efforts in the conversation. But sadly couldn't care less about sports, so I quickly steer the conversation somewhere else. Heels. They make your feet hurt, and if they don't fit properly, they can even cause damage and make your feet ugly. It would be better for everyone if you wore tennis shoes instead. Haha. I'm a woman and I ask my husband all the time his preferences on my physical appearance. I ask him if he prefers shaved or unshaved legs. If he likes my hair up or down. If he likes my nails painted or unpainted. He gets so confused, like, I don't care. Whatever you feel most comfortable doing. Double quote. When I was at a restaurant with my family, I saw one of those obnoxiously loud and annoying girls on a date with a good looking dude. The girl was trying too hard to impress him to the point that she played with hair. Kept staring into his eyes and laughed at everything he said. It was the most fake laugh I've heard in my life. When she went to the restroom, the guy looked at me like he wanted my help to escape. But he was too nice to just leave. That must have been the first and the last date they went on. TLDR, guy went on a date with obnoxiously desperate girl. This is a little less common now. But their noses. Especially the ones who get nose jobs and end up looking like someone just hacked it off. Leave your face alone. The inner tube lips and noseless look isn't attractive to most guys. 9/10 the before picture is why I better. The outdoors. I could give a FCK less about camping. I like my shower and internet. You go sleep in the woods, woman. I'm staying home. Shaving their pussies. I have been with so many girls who get all self-conscious because they have a 1/4 of an inch of pubic hair and think that it's gross. A lot of women are this way. I personally like having some hair so that it shows that I am having sex with an adult and not prepubescent hairless child. Being pregnant does not equal being fat. My wife was convinced she was hideous when she was pregnant. She was beautiful. And would not let me within a mile radius of her business for over a year and a half. It really hurt a lot actually, because eventually it became her punishing me for stuff she thought I hadn't done.